Hey everybody, welcome to Chord Dave live on a Saturday experimental episode where we tried to put a countdown on and the thing decided to make it 25 minutes instead of 3 minutes. And I hope you could hear the music. That was part of it as well. That was interesting. So yeah, good to see you all. Hope you are doing well. It's Saturday night. It's Chord Dave live. We're going to talk about stuff, guitars, that we did a video about and stuff like that. It's good to see you all. Lots of people joining us already. Always good to see so many of you folks on a Saturday night. So thanks for dropping in. I'll do my best to keep up with chats. So many of you jumping in early, which is very cool. So I guess we'll just get into it. We're on the Hop House 13 from the old can tonight as well. So we will jump straight into that as well. Let's top up the glass. Great. All right. So cheers to you. Happy Saturday. Yeah, it's been a week and a half, as it always seems to be lately. So let's have a look here at what we've got. Scott always is first, and he says, hello. So, good to see you, Scott. Hope all is well with you. Grandpa Joe was following up and said, hey Dave and Scott, all viewing today, have a great weekend. I have to catch the replay. I am pissed. I just found out my wife is taking me out for my birthday. See you all next week. Well, Grandpa Joe, that's acceptable. We forgive you. And happy birthday. Have a great time. Glad you popped in to let us know. But yeah, always good to see you, Joe. Grandpa Joe says, this is my day. I want to watch Chord Dave. She says, let's go. I said, okay. No respect for old people. Well, there you go. Grandpa Joe, listen, take care. I'm sure you'll have a much better time. But enjoy. If you're watching on the replay, I hope you had a great birthday. And thanks for sharing that with us. Very, very cool. Glenn Bailey's here. He's doing all he can, as usual. We love seeing Glenn. Let me see what else we got. What do you think of Gibson selling pickups? I checked them out and the prices weren't too bad. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I think it's nice that they're putting pickups out there. It was like I was saying to you, I said this in videos weeks ago, there's going to be a whole new pickup focus as well. So we're going to see Epiphone pickups become a thing as well. And we're going to see, you could see kind of the focus they were putting on the Epiphones getting Gibson pickups in the video that they did to announce the pickup shop, or I think it's just called the pickup shop. But very cool. I like that they're putting stuff that wasn't available to the public out there before, like custom bookers and things. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. I think some of the prices are not too bad. And let's see what the availability is like, because that tends to be the problem that I see with Gibson pickups, is the availability of the ones that you actually want. So pretty interesting though. I like it. Let me see. Scott says they always sold raw pickups. Only now they're telling you that it's boutique. Gibson pups price always seemed okay. That's from Scott. Yeah. Yes, sure. There's a few models, a few pickups that they're making available that haven't been available either for a while or have never been available just to buy pickups by themselves. Custom bookers being the main one, and things like T-tops. I heard them mention T-tops in the thing. They had no T-top variation on the market until now, I think. So it's cool to see them do stuff like that. Hopefully they will add some stuff to the short store as well. But it's good to see them doing something at least. Guitars coming from them next week, I believe. So we'll see. I'm not sure what they are, but I've been told to expect a Gibson release next week. Ernie B is here. Good to see you. Ernie says, hey, what can I say? Love guitar and play 3 chords all day. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Ernie, that's the best way to play. 3 chords. I mean, 3.5 chords. That's all you need. Right? 3.5 chords and the truth. That's what I believe in anyway. Ryan says, I like that they sell the pickups. It saves going to an aftermarket maker and easier to restore a modded guitar to original spec. Yeah, that's absolutely it, Ryan. I mean, look, when I was trying to find Dirty Fingers for the Flying V earlier this year, I had a hell of a time. Couldn't find any decent ones. Now, I particularly wanted vintage ones, though. I didn't want to go with the reissue or the new version. So it was even more difficult. But it is difficult even to get those. So it's nice that you now have a place to go to get Gibson pickups, because they're very difficult to get a hold of in certain models anyway. Is a pickup a model? I guess it is. I don't know. Anyway, Scott says, here's my issue. You can't buy a staple pickup and they're calling the Mini Humbucker Gibson Original when it's an Epiphone created pickup. Am I wrong? I often am. No, I think you're right on that. Yeah, the staple pickup would be nice if they brought out a staple, but yeah, I don't know. I can't ever see them doing it, to be honest, because they weren't around long enough, I suppose. But they weren't. I mean, I love them. I think they're great, and I was really hoping this year they'd reissue a 52 Les Paul with staple pickups, but they didn't. So maybe they'll do a 55. I'm not really sure about my pickup history, but there's definitely stuff that they could have done that they haven't done this year with Les Pauls as well, that I wish they would just do, because it's not that difficult. Ryan says, I really don't know about those. I know you can order staple pickups on Made to Measure though, so maybe they'll come soon. That's interesting. Yeah, gives them something to bring out. That's very cool. That is a very interesting thing indeed. Glenn says, my question is, if you buy a Gibson that's been modded, then you get the pups from Gibson that should have come with it and you install them. Can you call it original equipment? Yeah, I guess you can call it whatever you want. Yeah, I think, well, if it's been modded and you restore it to its original condition, yeah, it doesn't have to be the original pickups, but the original, like the actual ones that came out of the guitar, but original spec, I think you could call it. So back to original spec would be what I would say with that. Scott says, sweet. Also, anyone know who make the Charlie Christian pickups? No. No. The only place, I mean, I know they're in other guitars, but the only well-known guitar that I know of them, I shouldn't say this, I shouldn't say it that way. I kind of only became aware of them through the John Lennon signature special. So that's pretty much the only place I see them. I don't see them around that often, but when I do see them, it always stands out. So I'm not sure exactly where you would get them from. Matt von Bosch is here. Good to see you, Matt. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, always good to see you. And Glenn says, good one, Dr. Evil Wrench. I didn't think of that era correct. That makes sense. Yeah, I like when a guitar has all original parts and people call it unmolested. Well, that's the point. Yeah, I mean, you know, I actually hate, I know people like to mod guitars and stuff. That's fine, but if you're selling it, put it back the way it was when you bought it. I don't like buying modded guitars or other people's idea of what the guitar should be. I always want it back exactly how it left the factory. So yeah, I think I would always like it to be put back, even if it's something small. Change pickups and you're like, upgraded. Anyone who says upgraded in a guitar ad, I do not believe you that it was upgraded, and I don't want your upgraded guitar. Put it back the way it was. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Factory specification would also work, Glenn. It would indeed. Yeah, you can do that. Ryan says, Glenn, you could, I guess, call it original with replaced pickups, same as replacing a pot. Yeah, that's a good point. And Matt says to Glenn, did something weird happen there? It looked like something weird happened there. Gibson are making more pickups available for $4.99 for a set of custom bookers. Does seem like they're taking the piss. Well, they always got to take the piss at some point. So yeah, some of the cheaper options though are not too bad. Like I think they're cheaper than Thomann are for a couple of the models they have. Like the Burst Bookers 2 and 3 are cheaper through Gibson, I believe, through their pickup store. And those are very, very popular. So, but yeah, custom bookers are always going to be the most expensive ones, I think. But I didn't see that was the price for a pair. So there you go. Glenn says, I only have one guitar modded and one I'm about to. Everything else stays how it came. Yeah, like it's fun messing around with guitars, but like keep all the parts so you can put them back how they're supposed to be. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Marshall says, hey, peeps and peepers, have some creepers here, so it fits. Good to see you, Marsha, always is. Indeed, I didn't realize until I saw your comment on the channel about sweet Marsha. LL. There you go. Yeah, that's been there for months. I can't believe you only saw it during this video. Yeah, I had a bit of a tidy up in the old office this week. It tidied up over there as well, so it's a lot tidier. I mean, there's some rubbish on top of the shelves I put there, but it's still it's tidier than it was. So things got cleared up a little bit. And always good to see you, Marcia. Anyway, thanks for dropping in. Ryan says, I stood in Best Buy just now for over an hour because they were playing Blues Brothers on a TV. That would make me stand there watching it as well. What a great movie that is. Marcia says to Matt, agreed. I mean, the low-end pickups are priced fairly. Not so sure about the rest. I'd love to know how they came up with that figure. Are there any brands selling pickups at that price? I think you can get really pricey pickups, but yeah, even pricier than Gibson ones. But yeah, those are those are surprising, I suppose. Yeah, because that's a lot of money for just a pickup. 500 anyway. Glenn says, yes, but pickups can get pricey. Aftermarket Geek Lord seemed a little bitter that used pups wouldn't be as much if you get them from the source now. Yeah, because he does a lot of business in selling pickups that are very difficult to find. So yeah, I'm sure he is a little bit peeved. But there you go. The big companies can do things like this. And Scott says, well, Best Buy have Epiphones with exclusive paint colors. I did not. Best Buy, of course, my first stop every time I go to the US because I need to get a SIM card. I guess I won't need to do that anymore because they've got those new digital SIM cards. But if they've got Epiphones, I might just pop in anyway. So we'll have a look at those, I'm sure, at some point. Marcia says, Best Buy sells guitars that aren't an Xbox or Wii controller. I mean, there you go. Ryan says they used to, but don't anymore. Well, there you go. Interesting. Yeah, I've walked into a few electrical stores and been like, why do you have guitars? Anyway, it's all good. Scott says, yeah, but at least they did a year or so ago. There you go. Al is here. Good to see you, Al. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, you're saying hello to everybody. That's all good. And William Forrest is here as well. Good to see you, William. Hope all is good with you. I think I missed a second comment from you. I did indeed. But yeah, good to have you here. Let me see. Glenn says, and what about that handsome guy, Mark, and his HP vid this week? Or was it Dave? Hey, Glenn. That was me. Yeah, it was my alter ego, Mark. Is rarely on the channel, to be quite honest. Some days, the bad videos, those are him. Maybe more often than I think. Al says, new guitar day coming. Buying a 61 SG standard. I will be selling something off to help offset the cost. Very cool. Those are very cool SGs. I hope you all saw the story about the SG prototype that came out this week. Thanks to Todd for sending it along to me. Very interesting. There was no bevel on the SG. It looked very strange. But yeah, SGs from 61. Very, very cool. Yeah, getting to the point. 25-minute countdown. Yeah, it jumped back up. I don't know what it was doing. Next week, it'll be correct. I promise. I'll try to get it correct. Let me see. Dave's messing with us again. I mean, unintentionally messing with you. Yeah, for sure. Let me see. Mad Magician, good to see you here. I hope you're doing well. And Corey says, hey gang, how's everyone doing this week? Don't forget to smash all the buttons for Dave. Yeah, very cool indeed. Smash all the buttons. 18 likes so far, which is very cool. And don't forget that you have to be subscribed to chat in the live chat. And if you do, you'll meet some cool people who you'll probably enjoy the company of. So make sure you're subscribed. Wait around 60 seconds, and then you can start chatting to us. Marcia says, in all fairness, we mess with Dave more so he deserve it back. You do. Yeah, there's a lot of messing with me going on, but that's fine. I'm here for it. It's all in good fun, so it's all cool. But yeah, that was the 25-minute timer. I actually didn't realize until about a minute ago. It should have been, just for clarity's sake, it should have been 2.5 minutes. But the timer just went wrong. And it was correct when I went live, and then it just changed itself. So anyway, technology, not one of my strong points, despite working for large tech companies for the last few years. Anyway, Glenn says, I'm still waiting on my Revstar. You should probably get onto that and figure it out. But those are cool. I'd like to get my hands on one of those soon, to be honest. Scott says, the timer is a tricky one. And there was music. Cool. Yeah, got some. Got finally figured out how to actually make the music work. I've been wanting to do that for a while, so glad it came through. That's cool. Corey says, gonna have some fun next weekend, and I'm putting on a music gear buy sell trade swap meet on Sunday, October 23rd, which is a very cool date. One of my favorites. And it should be a good time. Very cool. Yeah, I would love to go to something like that. I've never attended something like that, so that'd be very cool to head along to. I think you might be a little bit further away than I can get to, Corey, but that sounds like a great time. I hope you enjoy it and get some cool stuff. That'd be great. Ryan says, I'm still trying to get shipping quote for my Benson amp. Every 3 days the guy says he's been busy and will send it tomorrow. That sucks. Yeah, absolutely, that sucks. Yeah, that would just drive me crazy. I'm not a very patient person. That's why I don't like pre-booking things. When I'm going to travel, I don't book things too far out in advance, which drives certain people crazy. But it's just who I am. I'm not patient enough for things. I'm not patient in anything. Although there's one example where I've been extremely patient. But there you go. Scott says, anyone new here, you'll have to subscribe. Wait for a minute and then you can chat in the best chat on YouTube. Indeed you can. That's exactly what you got to do. Just hit that subscribe button and join us, because why not? You'll hear about all kinds of things. It's good fun around here. Al says, finally found some Rollin' Rock, a beer of famous studio cats. Beer of famous studio cats. Yeah, I haven't had Rollin' Rock in years. I haven't seen it in a store in years, to be honest. But hey, maybe I'll be somewhere sometime soon that will have some. And apologies for my distraction here. I do have a multiple screen situation going on, and my battery's about to run out on that one. So I have to try and keep it going. Anyway, just trying to help out some friends. That's all. Let me see. Murphy's Flab said, love the name, by the way. That's very cool. Just woke up with a sore ass and 6 Kirk Hammett picks in my hand. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, that's that'll do it. That'll do it. Matt says to Al, Rolling Rock takes me back. Haven't seen it in the UK for years. Yeah, it's weird. Haven't seen it in a long time. Here in Ireland either. Let me see. Al says it's not always available here. Got to catch it at the right time. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's one of those. I guess you see different bands. I mean, brands. Grosh is one of those I hadn't seen for years, and then it just appeared one day in the supermarket. They have it all the time now. So maybe just it depends on who's doing the ordering or whatever, and maybe they just get an idea that people don't like certain things. But there you go. Chris from Coburg says, I made it. Hello. Good to see you, Chris. Hope all is well with you, my friend. Benny Larson's here as well. Good to see you, Benny, as it always is. I hope you are well, my friend. And let's see. Hey, Dave, I heard GL news. Apparently, he is looking into doing a collaboration video with the Angry Video Game Nerd. I think it'd be interesting if it happens. How are those two? So Geek Lord, I presume, Geek Lord and Angry Video Game Nerd, how are they going to collaborate? That'll be interesting. Maybe they're going to do Guitar Heroes and stuff like that, Rock Band and all that. I guess that's an interesting one. But yeah, I'd watch that. I suppose it'd be fun. My knees hurt is here. Good to see you. Says, well, what the fuck are we doing this again this week? I mean, you know, we do it most weeks. If you need a week off, let me know. I will put it into the calendar and see if it gets approved. Let's see if the what do you call them? Human resources can spare us a week. I hope you're doing well. My knees hurt. Always good when you drop in. Scott Bogfoot says the Lennon Les Paul is where I discovered them too. Yeah, and good enough for John Lennon. Good enough for me. Absolutely. Ryan Byrne says, I can't stand people selling shit as upgraded. Yeah, I know. It's my second most hated phrase in a reverb listing. Right behind rare or ultra rare or super rare. And it's like a Les Paul Studio. No, it's not rare, pal. Or a special. You see loads of specials and they're listed as rare. It's the most common thing of all time, pal. Anyway, don't get me going on that. Yeah, upgraded. No. Ben Allmark's here. Good to see you, Ben. Says, good evening, gentlemen. Hope y'all are well. Yeah, indeed. Good hope you are well also. Matt says, hi Dave, so you now have Patreon. OnlyFans next. OnlyFans is next, yeah, indeed. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Matt. Yeah, there is a Patreon now. You can sign up to. No pressure. Look, if you don't like doing Patreon, if you don't want to, if you don't, it's not your thing, that's absolutely cool as well. I have been asked by several people to start something like that, and I refused to do it for a while because I know some people don't like, say, for example, even companies like Patreon and so forth. And I also, just it's a thing. I'm not super fan of it, but I have done it. It's there. It's in the link of all the videos. If you want to join, there is a tier where after 3 months you get this exclusive 3-Chord Dave Rocks My World mug, which is, as you can see, very basic, but but it's there. After 3 months, that is yours, and there will be special offers and exclusive things and stuff on Patreon if it takes off. If it doesn't, if nobody signs up after like a month or so, I'll probably just take it down, to be honest. But it is a way to kind of, as you know, had a little bit of issues with some subscription stuff or sponsorship stuff and things like that. So Patreon was the next thing to look at, see if it works. If we can make it work for the channel, then great. It will mean more content, better content if money's being made through stuff like that, rather than going through the sponsorship route, because as you know, it's all in their hands. And I got burned a little bit with guitar tricks, and I'm not in a hurry to get burnt again. So yeah, Patreon's there. And if that doesn't work, we'll try OnlyFans, see how it goes. Money's here, it says, going to just be listening, trying to finish my guitar stand. Very cool. So I'll be on the floor cussing and banging on shit. Yeah, that's what I would do as well. Very cool. So Ryan says, it makes no sense to me how people expect to mod a guitar and get more when they could have kept the original parts, restored the guitar, and sold it aftermarket and the guitar separately. And then sold the aftermarket and the guitar separately. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I think if you mod a guitar, you got to keep it or sell it as a not original. And anyway, there's very, very, very few upgrades to a guitar, I believe. Richard says, it's always best to keep stock parts. You don't get extra value for modding them. That's true. No matter how much you upgrade. Very true, yeah. Keep the parts and put them on your next guitar if you like them so much. Indeed, that is true. Mer says, yeah, I saw it, but the video cut it off just right this time. Interesting. All right, cool. Jess says, Matt, don't lower the tone. Dave, what are you offering on Patreon? That's a good point. I should probably say what exactly is on the Patreon. So there are 3 tiers, $4.99. These all prices are all in US dollars, just for simplicity's sake. So the first tier is $4.99. For that, you get, I will be putting videos up 24 hours early through Patreon. I will then also be doing a shout out to Patreon members. Second tier is $9.99. For that, you will also get access to exclusive videos every month, at least 2 per month. They will include blooper videos at least once a month. Lots of bloopers get recorded when I record my videos, so you'll want to check out those. So that's $9.99 a month. That's the middle tier. And then the $19.99. Obviously, you have the mug thing promotion after 3 months, but you also get access to a WhatsApp group that I'll be creating specifically for members of that Patreon tier, and where you can reach out and talk guitars anytime you want with the group. And there is another perk as well. I'm working on something else for that group, which I'll be adding to it hopefully in the next week. And for the first 3 months, I am going to be putting a personalized video. I'll be sending you a personalized video. So if you sign up for Patreon, I'll record a video for you, just chatting with you, saying hello, and that's yours to keep forever. A cameo style video, I suppose you would say, but it'll be anything from 60 seconds to, I don't know, 15 minutes long. It just depends. If you get me in a mood where I like to talk, which is most of the time, you'll get a longer video. So yeah, it doesn't matter what range. Like people who sign up for the $4.99 tier, you're going to get personalized videos. Some of those will be really long videos. People who sign up for the $19.99, they'll get the same kind of thing as well. They might even get short videos or long videos. It just depends on how I feel the day I'm recording the videos. So that's what it is. And if you have any suggestions that you think I should add to my Patreon tiers, let me know about them, because I'm very open to doing what you guys want on that platform. But yeah, all of the things will be 24 hours early for videos. Shout out, I'll be putting cards on with like Patreon supporter details and stuff, and then, well, just names if you want, or you can opt out of that. And then of course, the higher you go, you get a bit more stuff. But yeah, as I said, don't feel obligated to anybody. It's just an extra way to support the channel if you feel like doing that. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. No big deal, no pressure. I'm not going to mention it a lot. It's going to be in the, I might for the first couple of months, but it's going to be in the comments of, or the description of every video. Anyways, thanks for asking, Jess, and thanks for bringing it up, Matt. I do appreciate it. Scott says, I ordered a new guitar today, Dave. Dave Murray Strat, very cool. Unbelievable value. Well, way better than a 335 Bigsby that don't even have dots. Well, I do prefer the block inlays to the dots. So yeah, but the Dave Murray Strat looks very cool. So yeah, very cool that you're ordering one of those, and hopefully hopefully you will get it soon and let us know how it is. That's very cool indeed. Let me see, who else? Did I miss a couple of comments there? Mar says, is my chat not updating, or did we all become monks who took a vow of silence? Hang on. Gonna reload. Yeah, I think well, maybe it looks all right. It looks all right to me anyway. Hopefully it's all right for you there. Ryan says, I tried the 57 Vintage 2 Strat. It was okay, but the glass neck wasn't great. Way too sticky. Yeah, that would be what my thoughts on that would be. Marcia seems to have her chat moving again. That's good. And Marcia says, Ryan, I heard they didn't want it to have that worked in feeling. They wanted to have the experience of buying it new back in the day. You're supposed to wear it yourself. What a concept. Yeah, you know, these new fandangle things that they come up with, like wearing in a neck yourself. That's crazy. Mine would probably still be brand new after, like, I don't know, 10 years. But there you go. And Matt says, despite not planning on any new purchases, I bought a used Fender Performer HSS Strat on Marketplace this week. Too good a deal to pass up. Impressed so far. Aubergine is an underrated Fender color. Definitely an underrated Fender color, I think. If I'm thinking of the right color. Very cool indeed. Let me see. Have we got anything going here? Yeah, we do. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. Yeah, Fender Performer. Nice pickup there. Glad you got a good deal on it. Jess says, I get impatient waiting for shipping too. It's like my pet peeve, honestly. I'm not good with it. Glenn says, besides the glass was the neck chunky, Ryan, on the Strat. And Jess put in a suggestive emoji. And later follows it, is it as purple as the emoji? So you'll have to let us know, Matt, if it is. I certainly hope so. That's my dream. Not my dream. Wait, just ignore that. Scott says, I have to toggle between live and top chat to get my chat moving sometimes. Yeah, YouTube is what we call, in the business, we call an asshole. YouTube is an asshole. I probably shouldn't say that, but it is. Ryan says, I don't mind the gloss neck, nitro neck, but this one is way too thick. Nothing like a Gibson. There you go. I mean, the nitro was too thick and wasn't that glass hard coating like others. And Ryan says, is Angry Game Nerd Agu Fish? Nope, separate YouTuber, but I see where you're coming from. See, Marcia says, wait, there are Strats with chunky necks. You mean it has a V shape? I mean, I don't know the specs of that particular one, so we'll have to check. Matt says it's less purple and metallic too. So there you go. Not as metallic or as purple as the emoji. That's disappointing, I think. But there you go. Purple guitars are cool. I do miss having that purple Strat I had a couple of years ago. Or was it last year? Anyway. Dunsi's Guitar World, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Says, evening, Dave, and all. Hope you're doing well. One guitar in, one out this week for me. A 2016 Tele out and a 1980 Les Paul Firebrand in. The Firebrands are cool. Did it come with the chainsaw case? Because some of them have obviously been swapped out. People buy them just for the chainsaw case and then pop them in another type of Gibson case or whatever. But yeah, very cool stuff indeed. My knees hurt says, did I hear Rolling Rock? No way. Indeed. Al is on the Rolling Rock, I think, this week. Scott Brower said, good trade, Dunst. Yeah, absolutely. A good trade. Ryan says, another great reverb phrase, Holy Grail. Yeah. Cheers to that. Yeah, Holy Grail gets used way too often. Okay. My knees hurt says, Rolling Rock in USA is cheap, cheap beer. Nothing wrong with cheap, cheap beer. It works, but it's very inexpensive. There you go. That's all. I mean, the cheap beer is yeah, I'm down for that. This reminds me of my travels. Cheap beer, good times. Right, that's a rare cup for sure. The Holy Grail, indeed, indeed it is. Glenn says there's an easier way to get that mug than you than you used to. Hey, listen, the mugs are special, and it is an easier way. So if you want that cool, super cool mug, yeah, you got to be 3 months a subscriber to or a member, I believe they call them over on Patreon. Anyway, it's a cool piece of merch. Hopefully they'll send mine very soon. But we'll see. I'm not sure. Scott says, R.I.P. Robbie Coltrane. Nuns on the Run is one of my favorite films. I've never seen the Harry Potter series, but I'm sure he was good in it too. Yeah, I've never seen the Harry Potter films either. But I do remember Nuns on the Run being a fantastically funny film. So yeah, very, very sad, but yeah, R.I.P. indeed. Robert is here, says, morning, all, nothing to do last night, so went to see The Darkness, who were in town. You know that one-hit wonder band? Yeah, morning all. Morning, Robert, good to see you. Yeah, nice to get out, see some live music. That's pretty cool. What a very funny kind of band they were. Justin Hawkins has a very interesting YouTube channel. I do enjoy his takes on some indie rock bands and not so indie rock bands and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good stuff. But glad you could join us on your Sunday morning. Hope it was a good evening with the what you call it, The Darkness. Let me see. We got Ryan says top tier virtual dance. Indeed. Oh, that's Siri trying to take over here. No. Okay, cool. Yes, top tier virtual dance. That might be something we can do. Although you don't want to see me dancing really. But there you go. Ryan says, oh no, hang on. My knees hurt says, I like block inlays or skulls. I want a 335 with skull inlays. That's interesting. Indeed. But they yeah, I mean, you can absolutely get that done some sort of way. Ryan says Fender Performers are great models, nice satin necks. Yeah, they're very cool. I like them a lot. So it's pretty good pickup there by Matt. Scott says that was a dig at Bonamassa. He said in a video that dots was the way they should be. I prefer anything but dots normally. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of dots normally. To be honest, it's very rare a guitar with dots will grab my attention. However, my SG Special, that has dots, right? It's not in the room, so I can't see it. I think it is. So, anyway, yeah, not a big. I mean, Flying V has dots. I know that for sure. But anyway, I'm probably wrong about the SG now that I think of it. Anyway, rolling on. Ryan says, yes, the neck on the 57 was chunky. It says it's a V, but really a U. Oh, interesting. There you go. Very interesting indeed. Scott says, I've been playing my Epiphone 100th anniversary Les Paul all week. The solid ribbon mahogany one. It's so freaking heavy, but it sounds great. Do you think the two are related, weight and tone? I don't know, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people will say yes to that, and a lot of people will say no. But I mean, there's an argument to be made that heavier Les Pauls do have a different tone. So I would say maybe. Matt Van Bosch says, Rolling Rock style TCD merch. I'd buy a t-shirt. Interesting idea, Matt. I might have to look into that. I'm not aware of their logo. I am, like, I've seen it, but off the top of my head, I don't know what it's like. So maybe I can work something out. We'll see. Although you may have noticed, like, I do the design work myself, so I'm not the very best designer in the world. So we'll have to see if I can figure out how to make that happen. But yeah, it's not impossible. Ryan is also in the Never Saw Harry Potter club, which is interesting. So there's a few of us here. I think our interests are lining up, not just in the guitar world. And Dunsi's Guitar World says, sadly, no chainsaw case. The bridge T-top changed to an 80s super distortion. There you go. Still a nice pickup though. Still a nice guitar to pick up. But yeah, very cool stuff indeed. Yeah, chainsaw cases are cool. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Glenn says he likes the super distortion. I'm going to be putting a single T in my Tele Super Distortion, the sound of the 80s. Well, there you go. That sounds pretty cool. And let me see. Scott says, is it branded Firebrand or Firebrand by Gibson? It was what? I'm gonna let someone else take that. So, Ryan says, dots are shit. I like hollow inlay shapes best. Just the outline looks awesome. That's cool. Yeah, if you get that done really well, that is very cool. But yeah, I haven't seen that done too many places or on too many models. So that is an interesting one. Racing through the comments, guys. So yeah, I am in live chat, aren't I? But let's see what we've got here. Oh, I've just lost a load of chats. All right, like the PRS, Ryan. Oh yeah, the PRS do that. That's actually true. That's some very cool stuff with just the outline birds. That's very cool when they do that. Just a Firebrand brand, but the TRC has LP Firebrand. No, those are great guitars. Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't. What's the other one they call? The Paul, wasn't it? The Paul. Yeah, there was a. Those are interesting models as well, but very cool. I like that. I liked that they had stuff like T-tops in that. But yeah, very cool guitar. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Let me see. I gotta try and get this going here. I might have to try and plug something in here in a sec as well. Glenn says, I was in the kitchen. Did Dave say the top tier comes with a private dance? Chat, you cheeky bastard, you. Sometimes some people, maybe in their private video, in their personal video, will get a dance. I don't know if that's what you request, Glenn. That's what you can get. I don't know. We'll have to see how it works. Yeah, for sure. We'll come up with more stuff over the time on the Patreon. We'll see how it goes. Dunsey says, I'm a fan of the Super Distortion too. Scott, I'm all for 80s sound. Yeah, can't beat an 80s sound. To be honest, it's one of the best ones. And Ryan says the SD for Super Distortion, right, is a great pedal. I got mine for $25 Canadian at Long and McQuaid. So yeah, very cool indeed. Matt says to Ryan, the satin neck is a great feature. Definitely not a fan of the gloss finish on necks. Do like the humbucker in the bridge too. Makes a Strat super versatile. Yeah, humbucker in the bridge is a very cool way to have your Strat set up because, as I say, makes it super versatile. Yeah, definitely one that I would go with. I also liked if you saw Guitarista's video a couple of weeks ago where he took the super cheap Strat and he was able to it was a Strat, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah, and he put the single P90 in it. I thought that was good because it showed it gives you options just with the body shape and the body cutout and everything, and it gives you more options if it's just for modding and stuff that you're buying like a cheap Strat. So yeah, I think it's a cool thing though, and it gives you more options, and all in all, it's just a nice way to have a Strat set up. So I liked it a lot. Scott says, do you guys find that pickups fade volume wise over time? And that is an interesting question. Which I think there will probably be some people again say yes. Cheaper pickups will definitely fade over time, volume wise, and things like pots become. I mean, it's not very common, but you can have pots that just stop working well over time. So again, we're talking like really cheap, not very good parts. So the likes of Fenders, Gibsons aren't likely to have those issues. From my experience, which is limited, shall we say. But yeah, I've had issues with pickups over time. But I don't know, it might just be how I was handling the guitars and stuff. And Scott also says, do the pickup shop sell covers? Don't know, didn't actually check. It'd be nice if they did. It's an interesting question. The Rolling Rock logo became part of Tom Bukovac's homeschooling merch available at Guitar House of Tulsa and their Reverb channel. Well, there you go. It's probably not a good idea to rip it off then. If they've already done it, they beat us to it, damn it. But who knows? Who knows what the future may hold? Let me see, where are we now? 42 minutes in. Very good. Okay, cool. Orion says, for sure, Matt, I find neck pickups on Strats way too bright. Yeah, indeed. Just want to say, guys, if you are new to the chat today, make sure you hit that subscribe button and wait about 60 seconds and join in the chat. Lots of space for you here to chat with us. Introduce yourself, just say hello, because the chat's open today. You can join in. Some of the regulars are, most of the regulars are here, and you can have a good time with them. I mean, not all of them. Some of them are a bad time, but most of them are good times. And yeah, just enjoy the community. We have a pretty good one here. Matt says, Dave, you mentioned new Gibson releases soon. What is the rumor? I don't know. I was just told expect a Gibson release this week. So yeah, I have no idea what's coming from them. So the person who told me is like 50% of the time right and 50% of the time wrong, and it could be an Epiphone release. I know that they're doing the Adam Jones before Christmas. I would expect it to come in October, so that leaves this week or next week. So yeah, I'd be very surprised if we don't have something from either Gibson or Epiphone this week. So it'll be Tuesday if they do it. But yeah, absolutely no idea exactly what it might be. But I mean, Cesar's teasing stuff again, so you never know what's actually going to pop up. Mar says, by the way, I'm still here, but I'm unpacking groceries with my aide. Fun. Unpacking groceries sounds great fun. Yeah, get it all, put it all in the right place. That's where, don't be putting stuff in the wrong place. Ryan says the Hendrix configuration works good too. Indeed it does. And Matt says, Ryan, exactly this. I barely used a bridge single coil on my conventional Strat. Not a hugely usable tone for me. Yeah, I would find that. I don't play Strats a lot. I do have a Strat. Well, it's a Harley Benton Strat. And just not super attracted to it for some reason. The tones just don't really line up with what I'm trying to play most of the time. And I say trying to play. It's a very important distinction to make, I believe. Let me see where we are here now. Right, so I was going to get groceries today, but 10 Stratocaster, and then Stratocaster happened. There you go. That'll do it for you. Indeed. And Ryan says, yeah, Gibson sells pickup covers. There you go. Very cool. Yeah, I actually just hadn't even checked. So there you go. Nice to see folks coming in to the chat. So yeah, we got 31 people watching right now, which is very cool. We're glad to have each and every one of you, of course. But say hello if you are new in particular. Just may as well point out, did a video about these guitars here this week. If you haven't checked it out, when was it? Yesterday? It was yesterday. Check out the video. It's the Harley Benton JA60cc. Available in multiple colors. Decided to show you the red one today. It's a very nice Jazzmaster inspired Harley Benton. Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. And I like where Harley Benton are going. I know some people shit on them all the time. And I wanted to make a point in the video that there's a place for these guitars in the market. It doesn't matter. Like some of you said in the comments of the video, it would have been so cool to be like a 15-year-old picking up a guitar for the first time now, because you have all these great quality low budget instruments that we didn't have back in the day when we were picking up a guitar for the first time. Most of us, we were, I picked up a guitar for the first time in the 90s, and yeah, it was terrible. It was a Les Paul copy, and I had it for a long time. I think I had it for maybe 15 or 16 years. But then I traded it in for something actually good, and the difference, I couldn't believe it. A guitar that was in good shape and was just not a piece of crap. It was such a difference. It was a 335 clone, but it was by I can't remember the name of the brand, but it was a good guitar. It was a really good guitar and it had been set up well and everything. So anyway, the difference is with these Harley Bentons and brands like them, not just them, you're getting great guitars for really small investments. And I think kids are very lucky today. Kids and beginning guitar players. But yeah, it's a cool video. Check it out. It's on the channel. It went out yesterday. You can leave a comment and all that sort of stuff. Don't forget, helping the channel one of the best things, we talked about Patreon and stuff, but one of the best things you can do is actually make sure you're subscribed and also hit that like button on the videos. That's super cool, and I do appreciate every one of those. The thing is, and I mentioned this in the video yesterday, there are thousands of people who watch this YouTube channel regularly. Like, they come back more than once or twice a month to watch the YouTube channel video that I put out. And yeah, you're not subscribed, so make sure you're subscribed. Just a case in point, I was actually watching a YouTuber last week that I watch at least 2 videos from every single week. Not a guitar YouTuber, so I'm not going to say who it is, but I wasn't subscribed to his channel and I didn't realize it. So even if you think you're subscribed, double check. Do that on every channel that you're a fan of, that you watch on a regular basis, because even sometimes YouTube can unsubscribe you from channels. I've seen it happen myself to channels that I know I was subscribed to, and then like I check in and I'm not subscribed to that channel. So it's a weird one, but you should definitely make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because cool stuff is coming, I promise you. Over the next year, there's going to be some great stuff here. Anthony is here. T-Ball says, what up, guitar freaks? Sorry I'm late. Got held up at the glory hole. That happens, Anthony. Yeah, no, listen, take your time when you're there. Yeah. This is, by the way, not Steel Panther tribute channel, but it should be. Maybe that's what it'll become in the future. We can only hope for such a thing to happen. Ryan says, I buy groceries. When I buy groceries, it's pretty much cheeses and bread. Those are products that you can buy for sure. Yeah, I get distracted in the grocery store and end up buying stuff with sugar in it. It's not what I should be doing, but there you go. Ryan says, half the time he's right every time. Indeed, that sounds right. Ben Allmark says, what's the Adam Jones going to be? A Silverburst? Yeah, Silverburst Les Paul Epiphone is coming. And there's a small chance that they're going to do a limited run of the Flying V with the modern headstock. But I think that's going to be ultra limited, custom shop, 20 guitar kind of thing. But I don't see that coming out before Christmas. What I expect from them, Adam Jones wise, is the Epiphone Les Paul Silverburst. That's been coming for a long time, and it's due before Christmas, so we will see. Hopefully this week, if not this week, definitely the week after. That's when I'd expect it, because I was told it was coming in October. It's now October. We're halfway through October officially, right? It's the 15th. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking it's going to be. So have your monies ready for the next couple of weeks. Al says, anyone tried a Bonamassa 335? Didn't know. I'm kind of still just reluctant to pay that kind of money for it. I think it's way too expensive for what it is. And I know I will regret it, because I think it looks like a great guitar. I've seen a few reviews of it online, people saying it's great. I know a couple of people commented on my video about it, saying that they bought it because it's a Bonamassa and it's a great guitar. And that's cool. I also know that a lot of people bought them to flip them on Reverb. Actually, let's have a quick look and see on Reverb what they're selling for, because I reckon it's going to be pretty high. So, Bonamassa 335s, lots of them. That's not too bad. There's some up there for $12.99, which is in euro. It's only €50 more than they're selling for retail. Yes, they're not too bad yet. You can still pick them up around 1,300 bucks. So if you want one, oh, there's one for less than retail. There's a few for less than retail, but I think they're just taking off the tax price because they're in the UK and I'm in Europe. So yeah, it's not too bad so far. So if you want one, you can still pick one up on Reverb for a decent price. That's not too bad. But yeah, I still think 1,200, 1,300 for an Epiphone is too much. But hey, I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of that, as I've mentioned so many times already on this channel and others. Scott says, anyone know if you can buy Epiphone hardware, TP6? I don't see them for sale anywhere. Wouldn't want to get a cheap third-party one. They're metric, so different than Gibson hardware. Haven't seen Epiphone TP6s, no, but yeah, you'd have to buy a Lucille and take it off it, I think. But yeah, no, I haven't seen them anywhere, the Epiphone ones. But what you could do, you could contact Gibson and be like, hey, how do I get one of these? They might even just send it to you. I've heard of them doing stuff like that before. But then again, I've also heard of them being massive dicks. So there you go. Al says, I would have considered it if it cost under 1,000. Yeah, I agree with you, Al. Under 1,000, it's a definite buy. Like 9.99, I was ready to buy it all day long, the Bonamassa. But at 12, I know it's only an extra 250. It's not the end of the world, but it's just breaking a barrier for Epiphone. I don't want to. $1,000 for an Epiphone, I think, is where they should be limited to. But obviously, special edition models and stuff like that, they're gonna command more. And there's only 2,000 of these being made, so yeah, I can see why they're getting the money for it, but not for me. Michael is here. Good to see you, Michael Tweska. He says, hi everyone. Check Amazon. I got a TP6 for my 93 Gibson LP Studio. Works great. Very cool. And Michael, thank you so much. Michael sent me some stuff from the Gibson garage. You got this beer koozie, which is orange, which is very cool. And pop it up there for now. It doesn't want to sit nice. All right, fine. We've got a nice shirt and everything. So thank you so much, Michael. That was really appreciated. Very cool way to start my week this week. So it was very cool of you to send that. Got some pics as well, which is nice. And I will show the other stuff. It's not in the room with me at the minute, but I'll show the other stuff next week. I forgot to bring it with me. Yeah, Scott says the Gibson TP6 won't fit the Epiphone. That's interesting. But yeah, I guess the best chance would be to maybe reach out to Gibson and ask them, where can I get one? They'll probably tell you. But I haven't seen them for sale myself, to be honest. Matt says, I think Harley Benton have been smart putting a Tune-o-matic style bridge on the new model. Keeps the cost down and will be good for tuning stability. Lot of guitar for the money. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a smart move. I like how it looks better, to be honest with you. I don't like the other bridge that that Fender company put on them. So I think it looks way better with a Tune-o-matic, which I know some people will hate, but hey, I think, yeah, look, for $180, you're getting a great guitar. The only thing I would say is I don't know about the pickups. I'd like to hear them a little bit more and see what they actually sound like. And then replacing those, is it going to be a bit tricky because of the way they have the little screw things at the top? I don't know, but hey, I'm sure it can be done. Muddy H2O, the greatest name on YouTube, is here. He says, get that Bonamassa ES335 you've been waiting months for. Yeah, David. No, I have not, sir. And you are not one of the 2 people in the world who gets to call me David. So you should be very careful, sir. But no, I did not. For reasons I've mentioned. Yeah, it's that barrier. I don't think I should ever pay 1,000 or more for an Epiphone. If it was 1,000, I would have bought it all day long. But yeah, it's too much, man. It's too much, and I don't like. I just don't like it. I like it. I think it's a nice guitar. I think it's really cool that they've done a 335 rather than just another Les Paul. But yeah, I'll probably end up buying it on Reverb eventually once I get over myself. But I don't want to. I don't want to pay that much for an Epiphone. I know I will eventually, but hey, there you go. When the Slash exclusive models or something come out next year. Not that I'm giving you any news out there. We all know there's going to be more Slash models at some point, but I think, yeah, they're going to be kind of plus models or premium Slash signatures or whatever they end up calling them. And those are probably going to be 13 to 1400. But we'll see. And someone will hear that and say, you're talking nonsense. You don't know what you're talking about. And then next year it'll happen and they'll be like, oh, some dude on the internet, some really attractive bald dude with a long beard said it. It's going to happen. So anyway, Scott says, beginners have it made today, even compared to 10 years ago. They absolutely do. Even the resources for learning, even the likes of Fender Play, the likes of GuitarTricks.com, who, even though they screwed me over, I will say I really like their platform. And they are, making it easier than folks could learn in the 80s, 90s, 70s, forever to what we have now. There's so many programs to learn guitar, YouTube and stuff. There's great YouTubers out there like Robert Baker and Marty Schwartz and people like that who can help you at least get started. And guitars are better than they've ever been for beginner level. I also don't ever recommend anyone to start at a custom shop guitar because I don't think that's a smart investment if you're beginning, because you don't know you're going to stick with it. But there you go. You never know. But yeah, they do. They have it easy, little fuckers. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to swear on YouTube. Forgot about that. Matt Van Bosch says, I'm still waiting for the Harley Benton Firebird. Any more rumors on that model, Dave? Yes, I have news about that. It's not good news. So apparently Harley Benton have decided to pull the plug on the Firebird model because they were too afraid. They were like, it's too close. We're going to get done for this. Now, my information is that they were made. They had a batch of them ready to be released, and they were told, don't release that. So I don't think we're going to see it anytime soon. If we do, it'll be a very, very limited run, and they will go very quickly. Officially, I think they even mentioned it on their Facebook page that they'd looked into doing one, but they couldn't get the permission required, which means basically Gibson told them to back off from that model, because there's a lot of buzz. A lot of people were saying, yeah, it's going to happen. Wait a second. I think my camera has gone down. I'm back, I think. Anyway, it's all good. Just trying to get everything up here. Brightness has just gone shit. All right. Okay, cool. We're good. But yeah, Harley Benton Firebird, it looks like it's not going to happen, at least anytime soon. Yeah, my information was that they were ready to go, and they were the top of the company were like, don't do it, don't put it out. So we'll see. They have them, they're ready to go, but they're holding off for now. So it's disappointing because I think a lot of us were waiting for those as well. But yeah, as far as I know, they're on hold is what we shall say. Benny says, so the Earth Classic T as a Tele arrived yesterday. I must say I'm very impressed. It punches so far above its price point. It's ridiculous. It's stunning, and the neck is really something special. Very cool, Benny. Yeah, glad to hear that you got a really cool one there. Have to check it out for sure myself, and let us. I mean, it's good that you've so far had a great experience with it. So that's super, super cool. Muddy H2O with the super chat for the $5 with so excited for David's new Patreon subscriptions, so much cheaper than his OnlyFans, and you even get a personal video. Don't miss out all. Indeed, you get a personal video, and you will get a very special one, sir, because you know you're worth it. And Murphy's Flab, again, another great name. Contenders for greatest name on YouTube, both, but I have declared already Muddy H2O the greatest name on YouTube, so I can't take it back. But I love Murphy's Flab. What a great name. For the $3 Australian with the super sticker. I think that's what that is called. Looks very cool. Super fly, as the kids are saying in the 1970s. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Muddy says, oh no, he's just doing a wavy thing. Glenn says, Muddy Dave hasn't got that Bonamos yet. He's been working on cheeky personal vids for the patrons, that dirty bastard. I mean, you know, people get what they want, you know, for the money. I'm just a whore for the money, really. That's what I'm on the YouTubes for. But hey, you got to do it. You gotta do what you got to do. Ryan says, I hear the Blueberry Burst LP is coming back, as well as Iguana Burst for the USA line. Yeah, there's lots of revamps coming, color-wise and stuff in the new year, I hear. I hadn't heard that Iguana Burst is coming back to the USA line, so that's cool. I like that one. So it'll be interesting to see how it looks, because, you know, they're going to put a new spin on everything that they bring back, I think. But yeah, very cool. I've heard that there's going to be some interesting colors in the new year. So I don't know if we're going to have to wait till NAMM for that, or whether they'll do a release in January anyway. I'm still waiting for confirmation here. But, there we go. We're all right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think they've got some stuff lined up for next year, Gibson. So looking forward to that. Glenn says, Benny, does the Earth have a C-shaped neck? And that's a good question. Michael Tuesca says, let's make sure to hit that like button. Indeed. Lots of likes going on, guys. I do appreciate that. Super cool. Ryan says, some places can't sell Gibson or Epi internationally, so they list them on Reverb as mint or a slight discount. That's true. For example, Thomann have a deal where there's certain models they can't sell outside of Europe. In fact, I think they maybe can't sell them at all. Or they used to be the case. But yeah, they usually have contracts just for their specific area that they're in. But yeah, it's true. Check out their reverbs. Sometimes their eBay pages as well. you can find them, and they're selling stuff like that. Matt says the Bonamassa ES335 is still available from retailers here in the UK. Def hasn't sold as quickly as previous Bonamassa models. Yeah, and it's purely for the price, 100%. Like I'm pretty sure most of the Bonamassas for the last few years have been $8.99, and that would have been a great price point for these. But look, they're, you know, they're high spec Epiphones. I mean, they do still have a Laurel fretboard, so they're not perfect, but yeah, I don't know. I like it. I do like it as a guitar, but the price is what the only thing stopping me. Anthony says the only new gear I can afford is picks and strings. It's getting to that point of the year, all right. But yeah, a little bit of cash left in the guitar fund, because I've been waiting. Like Muddy did say it, I've been waiting for that Bonamassa to come, but I was only wanting to spend $1,000 on it. So we'll see. You know, you never know. The old guitar fund could get pumped any day now. We'll see how that goes. And Glenn says, do we think we'll be seeing relics from Epi and made in Mexico Fenders? Yeah, I do. I think that might be where we see more expensive Epiphones as well. I know they're working on it. But can't really give too much detailed information because I don't have it. But I've heard that they have prototypes done and they're happy and been signed off on a kind of relic finish from Epiphone. We will definitely be seeing more made in Mexico Fenders. Yes, like relic. I'm still trying to confirm the John Frusciante one. If that is coming, I think that'll be huge. People will jump all over that, and that'd be an interesting one. Not being a huge relic fan myself, like John Frusciante is one that I might look at though. And of course, if they could do a Rory one, that'd be great. But I won't hold my breath for that. But yeah, Donald, if you're out there, sign off on that, if you will. Donald being Rory's brother, of course. Benny says, unfortunately, my bad luck with QC continues with the Earth. The bridge has been installed a bit too far toward the neck. There you go. Slightly revealing the string through holes. That should be fixable though. Yeah, look, it's not the end of the world, but it's still, yeah, it's not what you wanted. But hopefully you can get it fixed, as you say. Scott says, the only guitars that impressed me today when I was in the store was the Gretsch ones. I also saw an odd Godin. Is it Godin or Godin? Godin. I always say Godin. With a pickguard plate on the headstock. Interesting. Eric Warrington's here. Good to see you, Eric. Hope you are doing well. And my niece Hurt says, guitar stand is done for now. Holds 4 guitars. Very, very cool. Yeah, definitely would. I could use that very much so. But yeah, very good. Good work. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the show and get yourself a beer. Why not? My niece Hurt says, now to figure out what guitars it gets to hold. That's always the tricky thing. Yeah. Which ones get the stand and which ones don't. Let me see. T-Ball, what? No swearing on YouTube? Fuck those guys. I know, but I'm not supposed to. Apparently, if you don't swear, you get more people watching your videos. Like you get promoted by YouTube more, which means more engagement and all that, and the channel grows and all that sort of stuff. I know. I'm pretty sure I've been swearing all the time. I've been on the channel, running the channel, because I do in real life as well. But yeah, the channel growth slowed down a lot, and it's picking up a lot now the last month or so. So anyway, you just leave the odd F-bomb in there. That's all. It's fine. Ryan says, every Gretsch I've played has been top notch. Even the Streamliner are amazing value. Those are cool. Want to pick one up. Definitely have some Gretches on my radar. Hopefully in the next year, I'll get to play a couple of different ones and add them to the channel. You never know what's going to come around when you have a YouTube channel and you can be like, it's an expense, I need it. So yeah, so we've talked about Patreon and stuff like that. If Patreon becomes a thing, it'll go towards like picking up guitars for the channel, doing reviews, and maybe even giveaways will come that way as well because of money raised through that. So there we go. Glenn says, I've only played a few Gretsch and was impressed. Yeah, I'm the same. I've only ever, I think, played 2 of them, and they were really, really nice guitars. I think I was quite a bit younger though when I did, and I think I thought of them as for somebody in their 40s. And now that I'm in my 40s, I'm into them. So there you go. Yeah, good stuff. Benny says, Glenn, the Earth has a compound U to C neck with a 7.25 inch and a 9.5 inch fretboard. It feels amazing. It's really unique, kind of like Jackson-esque take on a vintage Fender style. Interesting. Very, very cool. Yeah. definitely, I need to check these out, man. I definitely need to check them out. Ryan says, for Christmas, I may get myself a white or a black penguin. Yeah, I'll be very jealous. I'll be very jealous. Those are very, very cool. Yeah, Christmas is starting to become a real thing. It's just around the corner. And Al says, well, there goes my Murphy's heavy relic. New roof, just installed. I'm cheating for the SG. Can't tell the wife. That's all good. It's all good. The SG will be worth it. You know, just like tell her she can play it anytime she wants. She won't want to. It's fine. My knees hurt. I just put a Gretsch bass in my guitar stand. There you go. It was meant to be. T-Ball says, Dave, do you have an acoustic? And if you do, what you got? I have a Fender Newporter. I like that, and I love it. Got it in gold. Yeah, I like that very much. I have an acoustic guitar. It is a Tanglewood TW90C, a TW90EC. I know it's like I have had it nearly 30 years. It was 12 or 13 when I got it. So yeah, it's a little bit under 30. But yeah, I like, for example, I've lived in this house for 2 years now and I haven't played it in that time. I know that because when I moved in, I put it over there and it hasn't moved since. so yeah, I'm very much a just an electric guitar guy. Although I do regularly look at acoustics and think I should pick up a new one. It's not that one's bad. I don't know, something telling me get a new one. Whenever I want to play not plugged in, I have the PRS semi-hollow, which just does what I need it to in that time. So yeah, but maybe I'll pick up a new acoustic at some point in the new year as well. But that's a good one. I like the Fender Newporter. I think they're a very cool guitar. Got to play one at a friend's house. It's probably a couple of years ago now, or maybe it's longer than that now. But I don't know. But I've played one and I like them. I like them a lot. Cushman's here. Good to see you, Cushman NYC. Hope you were doing well, my friend. T-Ball says, Scott says to T-Ball, do that have the Strat style headstock or the traditional acoustic one? I'm pretty sure, Scott, it is the Strat style. And Glenn says, those FB Firebirds will end up with a lost palette of Adam Jones guitars. Yeah, well, something's going to happen with them. What I think is going to happen with them, the Firebird ones, is I think they'll get released and they'll be gone within a day because people are on high alert for them. So keep an eye on Harley Benton's Facebook page because that's where they'll tease it and the next day they'll be sold out. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But yeah, apparently they're afraid that they will get in trouble if they put them out. So we'll see. That news, that information has come directly from the organization themselves that they're not doing them anymore. So, and that they tried, but they couldn't. So anyway, so we'll see. If I get any updates on that, I will let you guys know, of course. Al says to Kush, hey Kush, celebrations today with a rock. So you go, yeah, you guys are into your rolling rock. Let's see. Anthony says, where's Marcia? And Scott says she's here somewhere. Indeed she is. She's up doing some stuff. And Glenn says, I've never tried a Gretsch bass. I need to head to GC to try it next time I'm near one. There you go. Yeah, if they got one for you, that'll be cool. Ryan says, my dad had a Gretsch accordion. Interesting. Yeah, they did of course make other instruments. But that's very cool indeed. Pads 1982 says, I'm not spending $1,200 on Epi. My American Pro Strat cost $1,500. Seems like a bargain. Yeah, that's reasonable. I think, yeah, $1,200 on an Epi is ridiculous, Pads. But yeah, thanks for joining us though. Good to see you. And let's see, Al says, Mexican relic dragged behind a car. Yeah, but they got those like, what was it, the ones we did a few weeks ago, the Joe Strummer. So those ones are out, and I mean, what's his name, Colin on Guitaristas loved it and thought the relic job was great. So there you go. I think there's gonna be more of those because the reception to those was really, really good. So, and I think they sold really well. They did better than Fender were expecting. So yeah, they should definitely we should definitely see more relic made in Mexico's. But I'm pretty sure they do more than just drag them behind a car. Pretty sure. You never know. You never know. Ryan says, yeah, I'll use the paddle raft. There you go. Yeah, that's another way of doing it, of course. Let me see what we've got. Marcia says, Mexican relic dragged behind a car and then dragged through a tunnel into America with a nice powder-coated finish. Well, there you go. That's one way of doing the relic job, of course. But yeah, very good stuff indeed. Ben says, are there any Texans in the house? Your Astros will be headed to the ALDS with a win here. No idea what that is. So the Astros is a baseball team. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, American sports. I know the NBA a little bit. That's about it. Ryan says, so does that mean one person here is a YouTube spy watching our language? Yeah, it's probably Scott. That's my feeling is it's Scott Bogfoot. He's reporting me every time I use the F-bomb. So yeah, it's not that. I think the algorithm picks up swear words. I don't know. They have it so that they don't want you using swear words for some reason. Well, in the comments you can say whatever you want. It's me. It's the videos and the live sound. They don't like it because it's not advertiser friendly or some bullshit. Mexican relics are definitely put in a trunk and buried in the desert for a while. I don't know, Scott. I mean, we'll have to look into that and see if that's the official thing. Javier Pena says, hey, Dave, unrelated question. What was the Fender Jazzmaster you compared the Harley Benton to? Let me find it for you. It was a Squire, actually. So it was a cheaper one as well. But let me get that. Where's Toman gone? Where is Toman gone? It's usually here. I can just click on it. All right, there we go. Square Jazzmaster. Yeah, it's a nice one. The blue color, I like. That's why I picked that one because that was pretty cool looking. And I bet you I won't be able to find it now. Oh, it's actually not there. What the hell? Because I definitely got it straight off Toman. Maybe if I just put Jazzmaster and we'll go. So yeah, I'm gonna find this for you. Javier, wait, just bear with me. Toman doesn't want to give me the good stuff, but it wasn't cheap. It wasn't I'm pretty sure it was a classic vibe 70s. Off the top, there it is. Yeah, classic vibe 70s Jazzmaster, and Lake Placid blue. That's what it was. And let me see, they have a B stock there, which is $399, $455 for the $455 for the in euros, of course, for the model. Let me pop it into the chat for you here now. There you go. So yeah, that's what it is. It's the Squire Classic Vibe 70s. I hope my camera didn't go. It looked like my camera went there again. Sorry if it did, guys. But yeah, there we go. So that's that one. Let me see. We'll get back to the chat here. Hope that helps you, Javier. Let us know if you're into that. But the link is an affiliate link, by the way. And every time I take a link, it makes that. So check it out on Toman though if you're looking for it elsewhere. Glenn Bailey says SB the Micro Terror will scream in a 2x12 cab. Oh, hang on a second, I'm way out of the chat. There we go. SB is here, it appears. That's cool. Let's see. We've got Eric says twisting the after work cush as we speak. Well, there you go. Cool man indeed. Scott says, was Zarro from Mexico or was it just some dude from Pittsburgh? Yeah. I don't know. Cute goth cousin says, did I hear guitar giveaway? Wink, wink, nod, nod. Maybe in the future with with enough what do you call it? Selling myself on YouTube and Patreon and all that sort of stuff. We might get another guitar to give away. It's only been a couple of weeks. We need some time. Ben says, one of my favorite guitars to play is my 50s road worn Telly in blonde. Light as a feather too. Awesome guitar. I mean, look, you can't go too wrong with a Telly. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The road worn, if I was going with a relic, I think I'd go with a road worn Telly, to be quite honest with you. I like those. tellies in blonde. I do have a thing for blonde tellies. Indeed. SB says, evening, I was looking for a cab for my Micro Terror, and I'm going to ask a guy that builds cabs with Baltic birch plywood instead of getting the orange 1x12 cab. Hope the boutique guy isn't super expensive. Yeah, that'd be nice. But you never know. Hopefully you'll get a good deal. That'd be super cool. Robert says, in my local guitar shops here in Adelaide, a Gibson LP standard has increased by virtually $1,000 in the last 6 months. Now 5,000 plus. Just difficult to justify that. Yeah, that is a lot of money. I know Australian dollars and like US dollars and euros and stuff, that it's hard to kind of match up prices wise, but yeah, that is a lot. It's a lot for a guitar, no matter what currency it's in. Absolutely. Let me see. Glenn says the SB, the Micro Terror, will scream in a 2x12 cab. I do agree with that. Timo says Strat style headstock and it's color matched. Yeah, always like a color matched headstock. Al says my local shop has an LP that was 2,200 last year, now selling for 2,800. Yep, that's how it goes. Yeah, everything's gone up this year. It's gonna keep happening as well. I mean, I think. I mean, I don't know. Every time in my mind, Les Paul standards are 2,000 euros. They're not 2,000 euros anymore. They haven't been for quite a while. But yeah, that's what I expect them to be every time I look them up. It definitely sucks the way prices are going. It's only going to go one way, unfortunately. My knees hurt says, I thought it was like required by Irish law that you need to play an acoustic instrument, fiddle, mandolin, flute. I mean, you know, I have one. I think that covers the legal requirement, and if I need to, I can pull it out. But yeah, it's, you know, it's not getting the love it probably should do. I think I know I have another acoustic guitar somewhere, but it might be like in my folks' house or something. Yeah, anyways. Mar says, I'm unpacking groceries with my medical aids. There you go. Yeah, keep going, and come back to us if you can. Ryan says, in Canada, LP70s have gone down from 3,600 to 3,100. LP60s. Well, there you go. I mean, look, prices going down. You don't see that very often, so that's a good deal. Let me see. SB says, I know, Glenn, but I only have budget for a small cab. But there you go. Yeah. Well, nothing wrong with a small cab though. But interesting to see what your boutique one comes to. That'll be that'd be an interesting thing to have. Yeah. Let's see what we've got here. Let's have a look at this here. Okay. Never mind. Let me see. My knees hurt says, I get a Gretsch short scale bass at Guitar Center for 300 and I'm very impressed. Knobs and pots feel amazing. The fretwork is great. The bridge adjustment screws need a bit of work because they are razor sharp. Yeah, that's sometimes the case, all right. But very cool pickup indeed. Nice to get something cool like that, and it's a Gretsch, so cool. Cushman says, got me an ice cold rock and twisting up some bubblegum kush. There you go. So, you know, not too bad at all. T-Ball says, no such thing as a great relic job. Yeah, look, it's very much, I find it's you either love it or hate it, or, you know, or a fan of it or not a fan of it. The whole relic thing, I'm kind of on the fence. I know at some point I'm going to have to pick one up because I've made videos about how I don't like relic guitars, and people always say you need to play one before you say that. And it's true, I've never played one, so I need to kind of pick one up at some point. So yeah, we'll have a look at some point, maybe in the next year, something like that. But yeah, I'd rather buy an old guitar than one that has been made to look old. But I'd rather buy an old guitar than a new guitar anyway, so that's just me. You know, I'm a bit strange like that. Glenn says, SB, that terror will script that you read that already. Ben says, yeah, Major League Baseball. There you go. Yeah, I was on the right track with the sports there. I like sports, don't get me wrong. I'm a sports fan, but I don't necessarily know a lot about American sports. Like baseball. A friend of mine who lives in New York once tried to get me to watch a baseball game, and it wasn't a good experience. I just got so bored. But there you go. SB says, thank you. I hope so. I'm a about to spring at least 200 bucks, hoping the cab isn't super expensive to order. Pray for me. There you go, indeed. Pray for you. We will. All right, guys, I'm going to just take a quick break here. So bear with me for just a second. I just need to check a couple of details of things that are going on. So give me 60 seconds. I'll be back with you. And yeah, stay tuned. All right. We're back. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just needed to check that everything was all right. There's a weird noise outside my room, so went to check that everything was, not on fire, and it wasn't. So that's pretty good. Let me see here. Glenn says, Dr. Evil Wrench, Dave has potty mouth tonight. Write him up. I control everything here, Glenn, so he can't. But yeah, but thanks for reporting me. You're on the naughty list for Christmas. There you go. Ryan says, has anyone getting the Hendrix amp, the PRS Hendrix amp? It looks cool. It does look cool. I'll be putting it on the list to check when I do eventually go around to getting a better amp for sure. Let me see. Where are we now? Oh, let me get this thing back up actually. Not that. Where's it gone? Where's the thing? Oh, I know what's wrong. There we go. All right. Ben says, I don't see you. You disappeared on us. Yeah, it appears my camera system is having a bit of a nightmare today. It's not that. It's just I've more stuff plugged into the computer than I normally do, and it keeps trying to switch to my iPad rather than my camera, which I don't want it to do, because I just don't. What's going on here? Okay. Just helping someone out, and their video's over, so now I can shut it down. Okay, cool. Hello, anyone at home? The lights are out. There you go. You guys are always on the ball with it. My knees hurt says, no, I'm Dave. My knees. Good stuff. My knees hurt. Ryan Byrne with the super chat. Ryan, thank you so much. With the 960 Canadian dollars, which is very, very cool. Let me see. I've gone dark again, haven't I? This stupid thing. I have to keep selecting. Ooh, that's the wrong one. There we go. I think we're back now. We should be back. Although it's showing me live. Okay. So, guys, can someone just tell me, can you see me at the moment? Or are you seeing a black screen? Could you just write that in the comments straight away? I'll keep an eye on the live comments. We're good. Okay, cool. Because my preview has just gone completely blank. Don't know why. Anyway, but at the same time, I'm in a section of the comments that says we can hear you, but you just shut off your camera. Yeah. Okay, I can see where we are now. Cool. I'm just going to skip all of those ones. Muddy says Dave had to turn off his camera so he can make my personal video. Sorry, guys. Your personal video, sir, is going to be interesting. Indeed. I look forward to the blurring of certain objects for you, or unblurring, depending on how you do. Eric says, twisting ice cream cake with a Dolato, put a stripe down the side of it and scraped out a shit of keef from my grinder and rolled it in. There you go. We don't F around in upstate New York, brother. Well, there you go. I'm glad you're not effing around. That's good news. That's good news indeed. Scott said, who's a guitar maker that's not getting the exposure they should? Yeah, that's a good question, because there's definitely loads out there. Ryan says there's tons of Canadian builders. Frank Brothers in Toronto make unreal guitars. They're only getting known. Yeah, one of the things that, so again, I'm going to bring this up. We are hoping to get to NAMM in April, and one of the things that I want to do there is check out the boutique builders section, where we can kind of maybe look at a few of those builders who are making kick-ass guitars, but maybe are not as well known as the likes of Fender and Gibson and Gretsch and all those kind of things. But yeah, I definitely want to check out that if we do get to go to NAMM. Of course, it's 6 months away. You never know what's going to happen in that time, but it is kind of like the time now to be planning such things. So that's what we're hoping to look at. Ben says, what I like about relic guitars is the feel. Some of them look ridiculous, but some don't. All about that played feel. Yeah, I do agree with you. It's all about the feel, really. The look is not something that I'm super into, but if it feels better, then it is better, I suppose. So it's definitely something I need to check out in the future for sure. Glenn saying, Dave making another patron vid, dirty boy. Listen, those are private. They're between me and the people I send them to. You're getting an interesting one, Glenn. I have plans, good sir. I'll be shooting that one on location. T-Ball says, Dave's got a poop. No, that's all good. That was taken care of pre-stream. I set things up in time. When he says, yes, it was so good I paid for another personal video, in case you were all wondering. My apologies once again. No apologies needed. It's all good. Indeed. Indeed. -40 for the technical difficulties. I get you, Ryan. No, it's totally actually warranted. So I appreciate it so much. Good stuff. Glenn says, I see you. Marcia says, all good. Scott can see me as well. We're all good. We're getting through the comments and stuff. I'm glad I don't know, little technical. The lesson to be learned here is don't plug your iPad into your MacBook when you're streaming through Ecamm, because it keeps trying to change your camera on you and doesn't tell you why. So anyway, there we go. James Severin is here, says, hey, Chord Dave, my Irish brother, good to see you, James. Hope you are doing well, my friend. And yeah, it's always good when you drop in. Al says, listening to you, I get the feeling. I'm not going to take that off there. And Scott says, I think the Fender Rory Gallagher looks amazing. It does. It looks, I mean, look, it's iconic. For me, it's something that I see every day, obviously, because it's over there. And Rory's picture. And listen to Rory pretty much every day. So yeah, I think it's very, very cool. And it would be really nice if they did a Made in Mexico one. That one I wouldn't care how much they cost, as long as they were cheaper than the ones they currently sell. I would pick one of those up. Those are very, very cool. Even though I'm not really a Strat guy, not a big fan of Strats. In fact, if you put me in a guitar store and said I could buy one of everything, the Strat would be the last thing I'd pick up. I'd pick up one of everything first. Not that I don't like Strats, not that I hate them or anything, before anyone gets carried away and starts making a profile saying I love Strats. You know who you are, but I do. I don't know. I just like everything else better. Ryan says, it does, Scott, but I hope they make it again. That was one of the first relics they made, and from what I hear, it could have been better. Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't heard too much like that about it, but you know, I think it'd be really cool if they made a Made in Mexico one, though. We'll see. Next year, I think it's going to have a lot of cool stuff from the big company. So it'll be interesting to see what they do come up with. Benny says, I hope you get, to Glenn, I hope you got the details on the Earth neck earlier. Despite my bad luck, I'm happy with my purchase. Philip McKnight wasn't overselling it. If anything, he was careful not to. Very cool. Yeah, no, Phil generally is on the ball with these things. So I hope it's all good. Ryan says, if they made a new Rory, I'd have to get it. I'm not a Strat guy either. Yeah. I mean, exactly how I feel. Al says, hey, will Dave get a copyright strike because of Tommy? What do you mean? Because no, I didn't. It wasn't Tommy that was playing at the start of the stream, by the way. It was an influenced by track, I believe. But yeah, should be all good. I can contest it if they do try and do something like that, but I don't think we're going to. T-Ball says, I think this channel is for weirdo freaks with a guitar fetish. I finally found a channel where I can be myself. It is. That was the goal, to make a channel for weirdo guitar freaks, indeed. Anyway, we'll see. let me see. Muddy H2O with the super chat because, you know, he loves me. But he says, I hope they make a black made in Mexico Rory Strat. Thank you, sir. I mean, you know, I'll be fine. I'll pick it up. I'll love it. I'll enjoy it. I just, you know, it just wouldn't be my first choice. That's all. But it'll be fine. I would cry a little bit. Like a lot. It'd be a difficult moment for me, but you know, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, just I can't believe you're rooting for that. But all right, all right. Scott says, I recently found love for the 75th anniversary Strat. Instantly wanted a better one. The Dave Murray is amazing. Yeah, well, you know, I'm hoping you're going to love that one too, as much as the 75th anniversary. I do think those 75th ones look very cool. Ryan says, is Dave Murray the one with the lace sensor? So Scott, you can let us know. And guys, it is, where are we? We're at 11:33, all the way through the comments right now. So you're going to have to feed me more stuff to talk about. And we'll see. You know, I'll have to throw another one of these up. And just like I know, fill it up for like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Can I adjust it? I can. Let me see, 25. There we go. 25 minutes. I think I got control of it. That's what's left in the stream, but I'm taking it off. I'm just kidding. But we need to fill up the chat. Gotta have something to talk about. Glenn says, I think Dave found his feelings muddy, and I think they were hurt. No, it's cool. Muddy can't hurt my feelings. I know he loves me really. So anything he says that might be hurtful, I just put it down to, you know, it's that time of the week for him. Yeah, I said that time of the week. And you know what I mean. No, he loves me. It's fine. He doesn't really mean he wants black guitars. He knows. And let me see. Marcia says it's because I'm not talking. It could be, Marcia. Yeah, you absolutely do add a lot to the chat, so it could be bringing it in. Muddy says that would be a true Glenn, but I'm fully aware he doesn't have feelings. He gets me. Ben says it was surprising to see how many people received a new line of Fender guitars, meaning YouTubers. Yeah, Fender very much have a YouTube plan when it comes to advertising their guitars and pushing them out to YouTubers, especially ones who condemned that practice in the past because they were not on the list. No. Yeah, let me see. This is how I'll do it. Not mentioning any particular channels at all, but there was a channel that said that they don't like when lots of channels have guitars on the launch day. And then, you know, I saw them doing it this time around. Not going to name any channels whatsoever, but if you're going to make a video saying that it's a terrible thing and people shouldn't do it, and you're going to put my thumbnail in the video, you probably shouldn't do it the next time that it's available. This is a good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a very good movie. Anyway, I'll just pop it over there. No comment further on that. Yeah, but Ben, I agree with you 100%. They're doing it more and more. It might happen on this channel someday. You never know. Glenn says, what is a good budget amp? Would you go modeling or regular? Yeah, I think in budget amps, I think you would go, it depends what budget is. I mean, look, that's a budget amp right there, the Marshall Code. I don't recommend it. It's not something I'm particularly fond of, despite it sitting there. I think it was like 160 euros, something like that. It definitely wasn't much more than that. I know somebody here, I think maybe it was Ryan, mentioned the AC, not the Marshall Origins. He wasn't too happy with it, I think, is what the story was. So yeah, I think Ryan, actually, we had a conversation about this a while ago. I think Ryan will probably have a better answer because he had some amps that he tested. I think it was Ryan. Ben says, oh no, yeah, we did that one. T-Ball says, I can't type under this kind of pressure. Chill out, it's all good. It's all good. The timer has been taken down for now. But we'll see. Let me see. Ben says, hello, not Phil McKnight. I'd say Phil probably did get one and he'll do a video at some point. He tends to hold on to guitars before making the videos. But yeah, a lot of the folks got free guitars and were told to make videos, and that's how they get their guitars. So very good stuff indeed from them. But yeah, Phil has a lot more integrity than some channels. That's all I'll say. Even Matt Scott got a new Fender. There you go, Matt Scott. Very glad, very happy for him to get one. Ryan says a Vox AC4 or 10 and a Marshall DS1. That Marshall DS1 is a good option, yeah, for sure. Let me see. Scott says HHH Seymour Duncan SHR1B bridge. And you just you're talking about the Dave Murray. Okay, cool. That's you can read that. I'm not I'm not calling that out. Al says, wow, I didn't know Dave was so vindictive. I'm not. I'm just poking fun. That's all. Glenn says, I need a better hint, Dave. Who could you be talking about? Maybe the HB haters, perhaps. I don't know. I forgot about it already. Anthony says, those new Fenders have the truss rod adjustment at the base of the neck. Who the hell thought that was a good idea? I guess Leo, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't know who did it. That to be honest. Glenn says budget under 400, and Ryan says the Marshall Origin 20 was horrible. So there you go. Yeah, I thought it was you, right? Ben says, who's kidding who? If you're on a budget and you're only going to have one amp for home, the Katana 50 watt is hard to beat. The Catalyst ones, who's the other ones? Who made the Catalyst? I just didn't. The name has just dropped off my head there. But those are other options. Yeah, there's some good options. Under 400. Not 100% what I would go with myself, but hey, that's what testing loads of stuff out for is for. Muddy H2O says, Dave put on his fishnets and clear heels. The nails have come out. Meow. It was just a comment, guys. I'm just joking around. Yeah, hopefully you guys know I was just joking around. Ryan says, made my ears bleed like a banshee. That's on low volume. All EQ set to 0, impossible to get breakup. Yeah, the Origin 20. I was disappointed because I was actually hoping to pick one of those up. T-Ball says Robert Baker got one and doing a giveaway. Yeah, he does that. I like Robert a lot. He does some very cool stuff like that. Always doing giveaways, which is cool. William says Marshall Origin 5, you can pick them up under 200. They are pretty good. And Ryan says I'd go with the Origin 5 before the 20. So there you go. And Ben says, Matt Scott seems like a pretty good guy. Love his channel and his epic vintage guitars. Awesome skills too. And Ryan says, yeah, Matt Scott is awesome. Great player. So there you go. Very cool. I'll be honest, I probably need to watch his videos a bit more. But yeah, I've seen a few and I do like him. So good stuff there. Scott says, I think they're called Scuzzbuckers or something. That sounds familiar. So I think that's, yeah, you're probably on the ball there. Benny says, Glenn, I cannot imagine anyone would regret buying an Earth. It's close to high end in both looks and feel. And I got luck with the wood, though not a spec. The maple fretboard has a bit of flame. That's nice. Yeah, nice bit of flame maple is always welcome. And T-Ball says, I had a Katana. It is a great amp. And Ben says, yeah, for the Katana cost, it's a great deal. Very true. Yeah, the Katanas are great. So that might be the way to go, especially if you want some interesting options. Scott says, Dave, always a great time. Cheers, man. Thanks for everything. What's the beer tonight? The beer tonight is Hop House 13, which is brewed by Guinness, and it is a lager, and is probably my favorite beer. It looks like a budget brand as well, but it's not. It's just a regular one. Yeah, one of my favorite beers, and it's you know, it's quite nice. So check it out. I don't think they sell it too far outside of Ireland, though. I'm not sure. Ryan says he did a demo of his Strat playing Bold as Love. I listen to that daily. Amazing tone. Very, very cool. Glenn says, anyone here ever play through a Fender Rumble? No. And the Earth guitar is half step away from being a fart. It's just one letter. It's just one letter, indeed. Scott says, in a can, better. It's just, I prefer bottles, but I don't know. There was cans in the fridge, so I went with those. But yeah, it's better from a bottle. Everything's better from a bottle. But there you go. I don't know why I picked up the cans, but they, but anyway, cheers to you guys. So yeah, Al says, Andre Flood has a channel that is a self-professed Gibson hater. However, he reviewed the Beato guitar and likes it. He had finishing issues, but loved how it made him play differently. Yeah, I think I saw his guitar. I wasn't familiar with his channel before seeing that video, and I thought it was really good. So yeah, I'm one of those though. Like I don't like seeing people being haters of particular brands just because of that brand. It doesn't matter. Not even just guitars, in anything, in like computers. Like there are people who like, oh, I don't like Apple because they're Apple and they charge loads of money. Listen, every company charges loads of money for their high end stuff. So it's just the way it is. Just the way it is. And there's people like, I won't fly that airline. I'll fly any airline if I get a good deal. So yeah, it's one of those things that the brand tribalism I've never really understood. As you guys know, I'm into crypto. There's crypto tribalism. I don't get that either. We're all on the same ship. We're hoping that we'll all get to the right destination. So it didn't make sense to root against other ones. It's cool to like certain brands and stuff like that, but it's because like it was Andre's video is good because he doesn't like Gibson, but didn't let that prejudice his decision on that particular guitar. I thought it was pretty cool. And as I said, first video I've seen of his, so it was an enjoyable one. Alan says, better from a bottle, but colder from a can. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Everything's better from a bottle, though, I find. Scott says, what do you think of Ghost Ship or Brewdog? That's what my buddy drinks over that way. Brewdog, I haven't had Ghost Ship. I don't even know what that is. I haven't heard of it. Brewdog, hit and miss. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good. But there you go. It's one of those. It's one of those brands. I think they're trying to do too much, but yeah, it's not bad though. It's not bad to have lots of options. Ben says, I watch a show on a channel called Upstairs, around the corner to the right or something like that. Live every Sunday at 5 Eastern. He's said good things about you, Dave. Mike is his name. Good guy. Yeah, Mike's been here a few times. I appreciate that. I've actually never gotten to his show live, but I must do. I must do that actually. Yeah, Mike's been here a few times on the live stream. I really appreciate other YouTubers, giving me a shout out like that. That's super cool. He's a very cool guy, and I must watch his show. 5 a.m. Eastern, or 5 p.m. Eastern is what? It's 10 p.m. here, and it's on a Sunday, and that's usually my going to bed time because I work early in the morning. So yeah, maybe I'll try and check it out tomorrow. Actually, that'd be a good idea. Why not? We lost some likes. What happened? Some people, we had 40 something likes, now we're on 39. Anyway, not to worry. We've got 10 minutes or so to pick them up. Glenn says, Dave's almost finished his beer. Let the banning begin, starting with this guy. Now you're safe for tonight, I think, Glenn. I think so. Marcia says, by the way, does anyone know if there are smart amps that handle bass guitars well besides the one Boss released a few months ago? Someone asked me and I've never seen one. I really pay no attention to bass amps or whether amps can use basses and stuff because I have no interest in playing bass. So having said that, I'll probably buy a bass at some point. Yeah, I don't know is the answer. Ryan Byrne says, I watch him, Ben. He's in Amsterdam. Amsterdam's a very cool city. It is a very terrible movie. So there you go. Now you know. Al says, Ryanair. Yeah, Ryanair's, it's a love-hate thing. I like that they give you choices to go places. The last time I went, I flew with Ryanair was 5 years ago, 5 years ago, and I was going to Spain, so naturally I flew into France and got a bus to Spain. So, yeah, they're like that. But if you're going at Ryanair, little tip: know exactly what you're getting. You are getting a seat on an air bus, a bus that's in the air. They're going to try and sell you stuff. They don't care if you buy it or not. They don't care really. So yeah, it's functional. It gets you somewhere near to where you actually want to go. Anyway, Ben says, upstairs to the right. Nice, Ryan. Mike seems like a great guy, and he said nice things about our man Dave here. Well, there you go. Yeah, upstairs to the right. I'm going to try and check it out tomorrow. It is something I've been meaning to do. But yeah, Mike seems very cool, and as I said, he's been here a few times. I do appreciate him, and all the YouTubers who do say nice things, which is very nice of them. Marcia says, the person plays guitar and wants to try bass. They want a line 6 catalyst. That's it, line 6 catalyst. I couldn't think of line 6 for some reason, or something similar, but I've never seen anyone play a bass through it. Yeah, Glenn doesn't know of any either, so I'm not the only one who doesn't know. Ryan says, he's a good guy. I like Pilgrim, or Guitar Pilgrim too. Yeah, Guitar Pilgrim is very good. I like that channel indeed. Marcia says, I'm actually surprised because you'd think they'd market it that way too. People play basses through guitar amps all the time. They do. They do. Shouldn't really, but they do. Yeah, I don't really know anything about basses or their setups or anything like that. Marcia says, I don't see why it wouldn't be okay as long as the volume isn't totally cranked. Yeah, you're probably right. I know you can use the Mustang Micro. You can use that with basses. Because I saw people on the Fender Play group talking about it. So yeah, maybe lots of folks can do that. Ben says, Ryan, I haven't found him yet. I'll have to check him out. Ryan says, Jazz Machine, I presume in relation to the video that I put out yesterday. Yeah, the Fender or the Harley Benton Jazz Machine. That's what I thought we'd go with for that. It's jazzy. It is indeed. Ryan says, those stand-up planes on Ryanair are terrible. I mean, nothing is good about Ryanair. It just gets you somewhere near where you need to go. And Glenn says, get a bass and you can start a second channel for String Dave. No, thanks. Enough trouble with this channel. There we go. And Benny says, Scott's the jazz master. Indeed, indeed. Standing only, I'm never getting on a plane. No, they do let you sit down, kind of. Marge says, Benny, that sounds like a certain Beatles song. Change Taxman to for Jazzmaster. If it works, it works. Why not? Ryan says, it's like a bike seat bolted to an angled board. Did they actually bring those in? I know they were rumored to be bringing them in at one point. I didn't know that they actually went along with it. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up and see. I don't know. Actually, I don't even think I want to know, but yeah, wouldn't surprise me. It is like this. Somebody went, how can we torture people while they're on an airplane? Ryanair, perfect. Ben says, I love Taxman, great tune, especially the guitar parts. It is a great tune. Lots of great guitar parts in the Beatles catalogue, actually. Sometimes overlooked by folks. Mar says, Dave should reserve the AM just in case. Nope. By the way, did you hear that YouTube is finally going to address the scammer problem? Yeah, but they're going to find a way to bring it back, and then and the scammers, I mean, they're going to do the same thing again, and the YouTube are going to not take action for months and months. And like, it hurts us as YouTube creators. It does, because people, as much as you try to look out for them, people still click on things and still believe that you're reaching out to them and they're winning stuff. Which I understand a little bit, but at the same time, I see people, people have reached out to me and be like, hey, did I win a guitar? I know one person way back when I think we were doing the first giveaway on the channel, the one Scott won, and he messaged me like, hey, I sent you the money. I was like, what money? He was like, you asked me to text you, and then you asked me to send you money. I sent it to you. When will I get my guitar? I was like, there's no guitar, man. I don't know why you got it. I didn't tell you to text me. So yeah, that person then is not on the channel anymore since that. Like, I do everything I can to try and stop these things when I see them. Lots of YouTubers I know, we're all having the same problem. And when they kick off, they seem to have like, I don't know, like hot seasons or something where they just start attacking certain YouTube channels. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. But yeah, I've heard that they've something in plan to do it. There is a way to try and combat it and to try and get the comments taken off the channel. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's basically, you can prevent certain things from appearing on your channel. But it's difficult because they reword things, they change how they're putting it, and then it does eventually make it on. So hopefully, look, here's the thing, guys. just make sure it's me. It just should only say the name of the channel, nothing else in the name that is putting the comment on the thing. So just make sure it's the name of the channel and the right picture. Yeah, and I mean, they use the picture, so there's nothing you can do there, but just make sure it's only, so for my channel, it'll only say 3 Chord Dave, not 3 Chord Dave, text me at this number, or 3 Chord Dave official, nothing, just 3 Chord Dave, that's all it'll say. And just keep that on all your channels. They'll all say 3 Chord Dave. Mark says, I saw it on a few tech channels. Yeah, those are the ones really pushing it, to be honest. Glenn says, I'll register it for him just in case he changes his mind. He's gotten better with kind of accepting black guitars. I mean, you know, they're fine. Whatever. Mark says, I don't think that solution will work, but you know, there you go. Ryan says, yes, they did. I was on a very first flight in 2010 that used them, London to Dublin. It cost me £5 and it was the biggest waste of money ever. Wow, there you go. Yeah, I'm glad. I don't think I've ever been on one of those flights then, but yeah, that is amazing. I don't think they still have them then. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know, but that is terrible. £5 Dublin to London, or vice versa. Yeah, I mean, you can still get flights for that. So yeah, it's not like it was the end of the world for them to have actual seats. There you go. Yeah, it's not a great experience. Ben says, the taxman is out of control nowadays, for sure. He can damn well beat it. We've had just about enough. All of us. Indeed. Yeah, I would definitely agree with you on that. Mark says, there's a plugin that does it automatically, Dave. A tech YouTuber wrote the plugin himself. You just reminded me. Interesting. I'll have to look at that because also, depending on the plugin, and I don't use Chrome, so I don't know if it'll work on Safari. Probably not. So I'll have to look at it and see. But anyway, I'm sure YouTube will find a way of doing something. Whether it'll work or not, probably not. I have no faith in YouTube, actually, to be honest with you. And I don't know if I should say that on YouTube. But yeah, they tend to just not take care of things probably as well as they should. But Glenn says, I won 4 guitars in 1 week, 3 from here and 1 from Geek Lord. It was a busy week for the scammers. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, it's great that you got all those guitars. I hope they sent them to you. But Glenn, yeah, it's like, you know what? It's these people, they drive me crazy because so many videos just get spammed. And as well, the thing is, everyone gets a comment saying, hey, thanks, valued viewer, for watching. You've won a guitar. It's like, dude, stop it. Not everyone's winning guitars. And if I had to honor all of those things, I'd have to run away to, like, I don't know, some far off remote island somewhere, which actually sounds like a good idea. T-ball scammers, fuck those guys. Indeed, I agree with you completely, wholeheartedly there. And Richard says, not sure where you've been, Ben, but it's been like that since the colonies dumped tea in the harbour. Yeah, on YouTube since then, it's been the same. And Scott says, any of you guys watch Mike Tyson's Mysteries? I do not, indeed. I didn't even know that was a thing. But yeah, listen, guys, that's pretty much, I think, the end of the stream for tonight. Thank you so much for putting up with me and my tech issues. That has been an interesting evening. We had a live stream. I'll be honest with you. First 45 minutes, I thought we're not going to get 2 hours out of this tonight, but here we are. It is now 12 o'clock, 5 to 12. It's been super cool hanging out with you. Thanks for joining me for this Saturday night. I will be back again with another guitar-related video very soon, of course. Make sure you check that out. Don't forget, all the links to all the things are in the bottom. If you want a personalized video, you can get that done. And just remember, we're all just here to have some fun, except this guy. So watch out, Glenn. No, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back in another guitar related video very soon. And until then, take care.